Hello students, this is CA Prachi Rustagi and welcome to the classes of Entrepreneurship Class 12 on this STBA media platform. So today we are going to study about the various components of business environment. As in the previous class we have discussed about that what's a business environment and what's the importance of studying the business environment of any business enterprise. So today we are going to study about the various components of business environment. So the first of all you need to understand that there is the internal environment of any business. So internal environment includes the organization's policy, the employees who are working there, the owners who are regulating the working of the organization, the management who is managing the working of the organization. So all these factors, or this is the internal environment of any business organization. Next is the external environment of any business organization. So the external environment is again divided into two parts, that is the micro environment and the macro environment. So micro environment is basically the task environment in which the business enterprise operates, and all the individuals, institutions or the forces which are working in the micro environment have a two-way communication with the enterprise, right? So micro environment, so the business environment, external business environment has been divided into two parts, that is micro and macro. So micro environment, I was talking about that micro environment, all the factors which are related to micro environment, you have a two-way communication with these factors. So the first point is, the first factor is your customers. As you all know that for any business, customer is the king. So it's very important that you satisfy the needs of your customers, because if you don't satisfy the needs of your customers, you won't be able to retain your customers for a longer period of time and you won't be able to survive in the market. So it's very important to regularly enhance your services or add features to your product so that your customers are ultimately satisfied. The next is suppliers. So suppliers are people who are providing you the raw materials for your product or for producing your finished product. So it's very important to manage your vendors. Suppliers are also known as vendors of the business, and it's very important to manage them. So you need to maintain a quality of vendors as well, that you select the vendors properly, then you check their quality, and the quality of the raw material is available to you at reasonable prices. So it's very important to have a good relation with your suppliers as well, or maintain a healthy relation with your suppliers as well. The next is intermediaries. So intermediaries are people or organizations which make it easier for you to transfer your goods from the production unit to the end consumer. So they are basically the wholesalers which purchase your goods in bulk, or retailers which sell your products to the end consumers, or these are people who are providing you warehousing facilities, or the financial institutions who are providing you the financial resources. So it's very important for you to understand that you need to maintain cordial relationships with all these intermediaries so that the flow of goods from the production unit to the consumer is much easier. The next is competitors. So competitors are the businesses who are providing similar product or service in the market as your business is providing. So it's very important first to identify your competitors and to formulate a strategy to have a step ahead always as your competitors, right? The next is shareholders. So shareholders are basically the owners of the business who invest money in the business. So you need to understand that in big organizations, shareholders play a very important role because the decision making is based on the voting rights of shareholders. So it's very important that you as a business cater to the requirements or cater to the needs of the shareholders as well. So let's revise the microenvironmental factors. They are customers, suppliers, intermediaries, competitors, and shareholders of the business enterprise. Now let's move forward to the macro environment. So macro environment is a bit different from the micro environment. Both are the external environment of the business, but in micro environment, the factors or the forces have a two-way communication with the enterprise, but the macro environment directly or indirectly impacts the business, and it's a one-way communication or one-way direction travel. So let's continue with the macro factors. So macro factors can be studied as through a pestle model or pestle analysis. So pestle model, as you can see, is abbreviated for P for political, E for economic, S for social, T for technological, E for ecological, and then L for legal. So pestle analysis gives you a direction to how to analyze the macro environment of your business enterprise. Now let's move forward and understand these factors individually. The first factor is, or the first environment is the political environment of the business. That means where the business is actually working. So it includes the government policies, it includes the political stability of the government, it includes the level of corruption in the environment or in the society you're working, the foreign trade policies which are being formulated by the government, because if you want to expand your business overseas and the government policies are not in favor of that, then you won't be able to expand your business overseas. So it's very important to understand the various policies which are given by the government. The next is the various tax policies. So you need to understand that for every tax policy, what is the impact of that tax policy on particularly on your business. So the tax policy is formulated for general public or for businesses at large, but then you need to understand the impact of those tax policies particularly for your business. So these are the political environmental factors which are very important to study if you want to expand your business to a different location, or whether the government supports it or not, and what are the various government policies related to the industry in which you are entering for business. So the next is the economic factors. The economic factors basically shows that how your economy is designed, how the economy of the country is designed, or how the economy is working right now. So it includes various factors like economic growth, the exchange rates between different countries, the inflation rates, the interest rates, so that you can understand that how you need to arrange the financial resources. The next is disposable income of consumers, and then last is unemployment rates. So these all actually impact your business or the environment of the business in which you are trying to work. So suppose if the disposable income of consumers is not much, then your product will not sell in the market. So you need to analyze all these economic factors which have an impact particularly on your business. The next is the social environment. So social environment basically describes the demographic conditions of the society in which you are actually working. So it shows, or it includes the factors like population growth rate, age distribution, the income levels in your society, the attitude of people towards career, health, toward their lifestyle, and what are the different cultural barriers in which you are working. So you need to understand the culture, you need to respect the culture, or you need to respect the way people react to your product, or you need to respect the way people address to your product. So it's very important to study these demographics about the population as well, if you are launching a new product or if you want to expand in a new market. So you need to understand that how the population of that country or of that city works, or how they think, so that you can analyze that whether your product or service will be acceptable for that population or not. The next is the technological environment. So technological environment factors include the technology incentives which the government is offering, the level of innovation in the country or in your product, the research and development activity. I have abbreviated as R&D, which is research and development. So research and development activities, technological change and awareness in the country. So it's very important to study all this if your product or service is based on technology, or technology has a huge impact on these, or all these factors have a huge impact on your product or service. So you need to study the technological environment in depth, right? The next is the ecological environment. So ecological environment has come into studies recently because now the resources are scarce, they are limited, and the businesses are growing and growing. So you need to have a study, or you need to study that how your business is impacting the ecological environment, or how it is impacting the environment. So these factors include the weather, the climate changes, the environmental impact, the environmental disruption in the place where you want to set up your business. So these factors are really important to take into consideration, because nowadays businesses have a huge impact on these ecological factors. So it's very important for you to be responsible. So now corporate social responsibility policies have also come into place to make sure that the businesses try to minimize the adverse impact of industries on the environment. The last is the legal environment. It's very important for you. So it's a bit overlapping with the political environment, but then legal environment is much specific to some certain laws which impact the working of a business, like consumer protection laws. So you need to understand, you need to follow all the rules and regulations which are given in consumer protection laws. Employment laws, when you are employing workers, or for your factory, or for salaried employees who are working in your offices, you need to understand that what's the minimum pay, how the PF needs to be deducted, and the various factors which are related to employment laws. Then you have patent laws or copyright laws. You need to understand that if you are launching a new product or a new service, that whether that type of product or service is not earlier patented, or you come up with an idea, you come up with a new product and it's already patented. So you need to take proper permissions from as per the patent laws. So when you do business, you need to thoroughly understand the copyright and patent laws as well. The next is health and safety laws. This is specifically for the factories, or more for the factories. Now it has come for offices as well, that the business enterprise need to have proper safety measures and health controls for their employees in the organization. So there are various health and safety laws which needs to be has to be in place, so that the business organization can work smoothly. So let's quickly revise the macro environment. The macro environmental factors, first we studied the political factors, then E for economic factors, then we learnt about the social factors, then we learnt about for T technological factors, then ecological factors, and at last we studied about the legal factors. So you hope you have understood the various components of business environment, and see you in the next class. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.